So to install the certificates, the browser certificates which are actually used for the Sedona context to download the jar files from the Maven central repository, we have to download the browser certificates. So browser certificates are of like different types over here. So when we click on the first link over here, we see that the first link is uh, redirecting us to the repo.maven.apache.org. And the second link over here redirects to the same repo.maven.apache.org. So we have to go to the root directory of this website. So remove the subfolders of this URL and then enter. And in the same way, you also have this repo1.maven.org. And for some of the Spark installations, we also have the other URL called repos.sparkpackages.org. We need to install the browser certificates of all these three. So I have collected the links of all these three just by doing some kind of trial and error, like by searching in the internet what all to be required with the help of for installing the certificates. So, so the process of this has already been explained in one of the resources links that I have already pasted here. The first one is from the uh, discussion, Microsoft discussions, and the other are the Stack Overflow discussions. These two are going to be having some discussions on how to fix some of the browser certificate issues for installing the jar files. I'm going to demonstrate the same. For example, just go to this report.maven.apache.org, click on this log button or the any kind of other substitute button that is present in the other browsers. Go to this connection is secure and you can see the certificate, show certificate, and you click on that and then go to the tab details. You see a option export. When you click on the export, it is going to download a CRT file for us and do the same. You have to do the same for each and every web URL wherever the Maven repos are available for us to export and then save. And the last one is for the repos.spark packages. Connection secure and then certificate details, export, then save. Over here in the downloads folder, we have these three CRT files. We need to execute a uh, command line tool that is called as key tool for importing these certificates in the allowed list of Java to make sure that there is going to be no kind of SSL execution error or SSH gateway exceptions or Java gateway exceptions or things kind of that. I'm going to add one more command related to key tool over here. I'm going to put that as alias men3 and then change the name of the CRT file. One CRT file is the repo1.maven.org.crt, other is repos.spark, the other one is repo.maven.apache org.crt. Save this notepad and then here you have to execute commands, all these three commands in any of the opened command prompt. Okay, we can see that here the access got denied. This may be because the command prompt is not opened in the administrative mode. So we can open the CMD in administrator mode, click on the yes in the pop-up and then paste the same command. We can see that the certificate was added in the store. Similarly, we can do for the other two as well. Okay, so all these three certificates have been installed in the Java home, lib, security, and cassettes. Cassettes is the file that is going to store all the certificates and the security related things for the JVM. And to verify the certificate installations, we need to search for the certificate with the alias that we are passing. So the first certificate is having the alias MV1. So we are going to see whether the certificate having the alias as MV1 is already present in the cassettes file. So we are going to enter the password for the key store, which is CHANGEIT. Change it. You can see that the alias MV1 doesn't exist. So the alias name is MVN1. So we can see that there is a certificate that is already installed, and the certificate installation date is today. The same way we can check whether the other two has already been installed here or not. Okay, so coming back after the installation of the Apache Sedona as well, there were still some module not found errors, like some other packages called PyDeck and some other else. So after installing the Apache Sedona as well, if you found any kind of module not found errors, you can directly use that particular package name and do the pip install. So after doing that and installing the browser certificates, here in the install Sedona Python documentation, we find two different methods of making use of the Sedona in the Python. One is with this Sedona context and the other one is with the Spark session. So when we make use of this Sedona context, we have to manually download the jar files and put it in the jars folder that I was showing to you previously. That is present in the site packages slash PySpark. We have to manually copy paste the jar files from the Maven central repo to the local repo and then execute this to work that. But in case of large projects, we cannot manually install the jar files individually and then do the same. So we can make use of this below a code snippet to make sure that that is going to get the jar files automatically and then do the same for us. So this code snippet I have actually copied from there and put it over here along with the own SQL command. So this command create or replace temp view is going to create a temporary table name called real df with the help of the df that is being actually read from the CSV file. So the config is the function where we are going to pass the variable, pass the parameters as the jar packages that it has to download from the Maven repo. So this downloading of uh, jar files happens only if we are able to install the certificates. With older versions of Java, this might not directly executing this command might not work because there might be some gateway or SSL handshake exceptions. With the newer versions of Java, I haven't found it, but still I have demonstrated the same with the help of the key tool command line tool. So when I execute this particular code snippet, parallelly we can see something is happening in the command prompt. Yeah. So in this code snippet as well, we are actually making the Spark session dot get or create. So previously also we have done the same. So maybe that is creating some conflict. We will stop the Spark session with the help of these two lines, spark.stop and spark.sparkContext.stop. Let us restart the kernel. And then let us execute only this cell. So here we can see that in the command prompt, there's a tabular format of how many artifacts are really indexed in our code and how many artifacts are downloaded. So as I have already downloaded it, here we can see that the number is 0 and the number of artifacts that we have stated in our config parameters as 2. Here we can see the display argument is successfully working. So for this display to be working fine, we have to set this Spark configuration. We shall copy the same from this cell and paste it over here after creating the Spark variable. Yep. So the same thing that df1.show outputs is the same thing that display of df1 also outputs, but in a very UI friendly way. And then to stop the Spark, we can stop it with the help of this too. So any kind of third-party packages that you are going to install are going to be present in this user directory .ivy2 jars. Here you can find any kind of jar files that Spark automatically downloads for us. So all the keynotes that I have included over here are uh, covered in this video, and so these are the resources that I have found very much useful. Maybe you can also check it out. There are Oracle documentations, and there are some Medium articles and towards data science articles as well, which I found very much useful for making this video available. This has helped me a lot in setting up the environment in my local system as well, and hope this finds useful for you. Thank you. And a special shout out to my fellow YouTuber, That's What We Do, your go to destination for the best edited videos. Be sure to check out their channel for some incredible content. And also, one more YouTuber, One Night Study, the ultimate hub for detailed Java tutorials and Cisco Packet Tracer experimental videos. Dive into their channel for a wealth of knowledge. Remember to hit that like button, subscribe, and share the learning journey with your fellow tech enthusiasts.